Okay. Looks like we've had some technical difficulties, but we are back now. We are back now. Now, what I was just going over was, if there is no enemy within, the enemy on the outside can do you no harm. See, we have full control. We have full control over our thoughts, our desires. And if you choose to keep letting, thank you, Joshua, if you choose to keep letting things that you have been taught, and it's hurtful, man. It was hurtful to me understanding that the things that I've been taught by mom and by grandma and great grandma, that these things are not serving me today. These ideas are not serving me because none of them knew about the laws of success. None of them knew about what governs the universe. None of them even believe that they are gods because, the Bible's been plagiarized and the whole story of Jesus has been plagiarized. And if you don't believe it, just stick around for the whole 7 series. I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove it to you because... Not right now. When you are focusing on this negative side, when you believe that you're not good enough, when you believe that you are outside the blessings of God, when you believe that you are born in sin and iniquity, when you believe that you've been separated from the will of God, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel that this all-encompassing, all-loving, 100% pure love, pure spirit of love has set you up for failure? Because if he knows everything, if he's the Alpha and the Omega, doesn't he know that you're going to make a mistake? Doesn't he know that this story of Adam and Eve, doesn't he know that she's going to eat the apple? And if you believe snakes talking, and if God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore, why don't snakes talk today? This is what the voice would tell me as a little kid. If I'm the same yesterday, today, and forevermore, why don't snakes talk today? See, we got to think, man. We got to start thinking. You can't just fall in line with sheep. You have to be a black lion. You can't be a black sheep. Does that make sense? God, same to yesterday, today, and forevermore. But even in this book, he's saying different things in different places to different people about the same stuff. Why is he telling everybody something different? From a 5-year-old, it's been in my mind. Right? Okay. And I'm not saying that I don't believe in God. You're going to get some radical person on way out in left field. Oh, he's the devil. He's a devil worshiper. And it's funny to me because when people say that, it's like, I don't even believe in that. How can I be something that I don't believe? I don't believe it. I don't believe in the illusion. I don't focus on it. So, once again, like I stated, if there's no enemy within, then the enemy on the outside that most of you guys want to focus on, it can't do you any harm. You see, because this devil is not some external thing. Just like the kingdom of heaven is within, heaven, hell. Just like when you focus on abundance, when you focus on love, when you focus on, the fruits of the Spirit, it's heaven. But if you're focusing on doom and gloom and things not working right and you not having enough money and what this person is doing or saying, or you're trying to prove yourself to somebody else who doesn't really care about what you do anyway, then you focus on the negative ion. You focus on the negative part. You got to understand the universal laws. Come on, we got to know, we got to understand the Council of Nicaea. We got to know what the Council of Chalderon is. We got to know that religion is totally different than God. Religion is man-made. Religion was made at the Council of Nicaea. Come on, y'all got to do your research. All right? Once again, I'm not coming to convince you. If you want to believe what you believe, that's cool. I'm just coming to show you how my life went from complete poverty, despair, worry, to love, abundance, prosperity, wealth. And there's certain things that I did to make that shift. And I don't want to down anyone else, because you only are doing what you've been programmed to do. You're only doing what you've been programmed to do. So when I pray and then when I meditate, I ask God for clarity. Lord, tell me what to do and I'll do it. Lord, tell me what to say and I'll say it. Lord, tell me where to go and I'll go. I'm in Detroit. Look what's happening. I went to Atlanta. Look what's happening. I formed a mastermind. Look what's happening. Guys, this is not by mistake. I didn't just pick this up off the ground and, oh, let me try this out. No, I'm telling you, there's a formula behind this. But if you want to continue to focus on the negative side of this atom, proton, positive, electron, negative, you're going to continue to pull more negativity in your life. And I hate to say this because, not I hate to say this, is the truth. I know people, I have friends that are pastors. I have friends that are bishops. I went to high school with them. I have people that I've counseled, helped out of foreclosure. Hold on, let me get my plug. My battery's running down. Give me 1 second. All right. All right, I'd like to welcome everybody back. We had some technical difficulties earlier. I just got to plug in because the battery's going down. Some of you may have seen me on YouTube in response to Pastor Kevin Wesley's thing, and I know a lot of you I've spoken to on the phone. You've come into my real estate group. You know, I'm a real estate redeveloper. We're doing projects. We're buying apartment buildings. We're showing people how to create wealth, but not just wealth. We're working on the personal development side also. So we're teaching people how to renew their mind, seriously renew their mind and walk into the abundance that God has in store for you. So if you're just coming in, welcome now. And if you see this on YouTube or wherever we put the videos at, I just want to say to you that there is another way. There has to be a paradigm shift. This is the year 2017, and for about 2,500 years, people have been doing things that they've been trained to do. People have been doing things that they've seen other people do. We've been following the follower, and we're not able to tap into the power because there's an inner power inside of all of us. And if I can just get you to believe that you've never been separated from the will of God, that you are not born in sin and iniquity, that you are good enough, that you do have greatness inside of you, and that all you need to do to jumpstart this, right? All you need to do is to stop focusing on this devil. And once again, as I was saying, I have friends that are pastors. I have men that I like, that I respect, that are pastors. But at the end of the day, and I say this out of love, and I give this out of the spirit of abundance, spirit of love and harmony. The church is responsible for people not living fulfilled lives. Now, I'm not saying that there's no good in the church. I would never say that. That's like I don't believe that money is the root of all evil. I don't believe that people change when they get money. I believe that when you get money, you have some power now. And I believe that it reveals the person that you have always been. See, but you got to know the universal laws. It all boils down to universal laws. And let me say this also. Universal laws are spread throughout this book. They're spread throughout the book. But they're not being taught in the way that people can disseminate, apply to their life in actionable steps. See, we'll say in the Bible, well, it's better to, we're going to be the lender and not the borrower. Well, how are you going to do that? How? Well, we're going to be we're going to be first and not last. We're going to be the head and not the tail. How? How? You have no clue. In my job, I've taken personal responsibility to show people how to do this. Please share this with your friends. I mean, this is no religious battle with me, because I've elevated myself above that. I've elevated myself to the status of God. I believe that. And now this is where I'm going to lose some of you. And you're going to say, well, this dude is crazy. How's he going to say he's God? Well, I'm going to show it to you in your Bible. How about that? How about that? If I'm heirs and joint heirs with Christ, come on now. If I'm heirs and joint heirs with Christ, and I can do exceedingly and abundantly more, why wouldn't I put myself in the position of royalty? And this is the difference between a successful mindset and a mindset of lack, poverty, jealousy, anger. Okay, once again, if there's no enemy on the inside, if there's no enemy within, because the kingdom of heaven is within, when you know yourself, you will know God. You will know God when you know yourself. Know thyself. So you don't question every little thing, every opportunity. You don't got to keep running back and pray it, because you understand the universal laws, and you understand that because of the pure fact that the thought was put inside of your head, it was downloaded from the universal Lord, and it means to go. See, but the Bible teaches us to wait. See, but waiting doesn't mean let the opportunities go by you. Waiting means that before the opportunity comes before you, that you're practicing and you're learning, like I used to do. Before I ever got on a seminar, before anybody ever paid me $10,000 to $20,000 to coach them, I was in my house. I was setting up chairs in my backyard with nobody, people telling me they would show up, and we'd cook food and curry goat and curry chicken and rice and peas and plantain and all this stuff, and nobody would show up. But it didn't stop the show, because I know who I am and I know what's promised to me. And so what I would do is I said, tell my little son Tavon, go get the teddy bears from upstairs and let's put them on the seats, because I'm gonna practice. Because one day, see, I'm waiting. While I'm waiting, I'm moving, because energy in motion stays in motion. You don't just wait sitting back like this. As you wait, you're like a farmer. You've already, okay, here we go. A good farmer, right, will plant seeds, right? He's going to plant seed in good ground, good harvest. So what he had to do was he had to go out there and he had to till the land. He had to turn it over. So he's working. He had to turn it over. He had to make sure that the seed that he had was fit for the ground. The ground was fit for the seed. He had to know when the season was. He had to know when the season was. Because if he would have planted the seed in the winter time, when you understand the laws of the universe, you'll know when the season's going to come. You'll know that springtime comes, and after the spring, the fall is going to come, and after the fall, the winter is going to come. And when you understand these seasons, you know that you're not going to plant the seed in the winter, because that's not the season for it. So you could have the right seed, and you could have the right tools, and you could have people telling you how God is going to bless you, and it's your time right now. Just put $500 in the offering plate, and nothing happens, and you're wondering what's going on. Well, you don't understand the universal laws. You don't get it. You don't get how God truly operates, because all of the truth is not just in here. You see, because this has been changed around so many times. This is the place by the Gideons. Then you have King James. Then you have NIV. Do you really think that it's the same information that's been there? You won't think that if you understand the Council of Nicaea. You will know the truth. You will know that I'm speaking truth when you go to Google and put in Council of Nicaea. It's historical facts. It's the meetings from their business meeting. Just like today, when you have a corporation, you have to do your minutes meeting. You have to hold that meeting. Come on, somebody. This is not hard. You would think that this video right here, this live, right, would have thousands of people on it. But people don't want the truth. They want to hold on to their ideologies, and they want to hold on to things that are not serving them. They want to hold on to the little group that they're in with the 15 people in their church, and everybody standing around the fireplace singing Kumbaya together, and they want to talk tongues together, and they want to do the things that they seen the people do back at that time, and do the things that Jesus said to people back then. He wasn't talking to you today. Jesus didn't even know what Christianity is. If he would say, oh, that's another one. That's another one. That's another one. What I have to offer is truth. From research, oh wow, listen. What I have to offer is truth and proof. I have truth and proof. See, you got to back truth with the proof. When you look at my life, you know that I had to do something different. You know that if I tell you I used to do it the same way as you, and I got the same results as you, or maybe mediocre success, because you can get some money, but there's a financial blueprint that's inside of you, and there's a thermostat that's set in there. It will only let you get so high. That's why you can have money for a minute, and then that thermostat kicks back in because you don't understand money, and you don't understand the universal laws, and it's going to push it back down. So the thermostat is set for 68 degrees. Now the temperature goes to 75 degrees in the room, and the thermostat says, oh, no. This is all you know, so we got to go back down. And this is why we have the rat race. This is why people can't get out. Because they're doing what everyone else is doing. They want to be black sheep instead of black lions. No way that any enemy on the outside, if that's what you choose to keep believing in, can do you any harm. Right? Now, my thing is like, how many of us like really have major dreams that you like to achieve? Major dreams, major goals. I think that's like you're probably home like this, right? Because that should be everyone, right? Well, as part of my mission also is to wake you up and to remind you that you have greatness inside of you, that it's sitting there deep down in your soul, that it's dormant, that it's asleep. And if you wake it, you've probably woken it up time to time, and it woke up, but it didn't know what to do because there was no blueprint for success in your life, because you're doing the things that are opposite of success. You're doing the things that religion tells you that are opposite of success. You're opposite of abundance because this universe is driven. This universe has laws to it. This universe has it has a certain way that things need to be done. And you're either going to do it in the positive way, or you're going to do it in the negative way. Truth be told, most people are applying the universal laws in reverse. And because of that, it's giving you everything that you don't want. And the reason it's doing that is because you're in the church hollering devil, devil, devil. And your pastor's telling you the devil is a liar. Your bishop's telling you the devil is a liar. And that's what you're saying. The devil is a liar. Get thee behind me, Satan. This is what you're saying. But when you're saying that, even though it's not what you want, that's what your mind is focused on, and what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. So that means if you're hollering devil, giving praise to the devil, he's now your God. This is your majesty. And now, as it must, like you're throwing your boomerang out, it's your choice. You have full control over it. When you throw that boomerang out, and you know how they say bad things come in three? Well, what if I told you good things come in 3,000s? What if I told you that the same energy that you're putting and saying, get behind me, Satan, the devil is a liar, the devil this, the devil is attacking me, the devil, the devil, the devil, the devil. I don't even like saying it this much. But this is what you guys are doing. This is what your pastor's doing. And you're touching and agreeing Do you know what that's doing? Now it's not coming back threefold. We're going to be like Grant Cardone. This is 10x. Matter of fact, if there's 100 people in your church, you're 100xing the negative energy back into your life. So you're throwing out, you didn't want the positive boomerang. You threw out the negative boomerang, which is going to go out. It's going to attract everything that all 100 people or 15 people or however big your church is, you guys are touching and agreeing that the devil is a liar. You're touching and agreeing. Get thee behind me, Satan. And you believe that bad things that happen in your life is because of the devil. So whenever something bad happens, you're putting that energy back into the universe, and it will come back like it must. 3 times, 10 times, 100 times more. And it's being facilitated and it's being perpetuated by the church. This is heavy. I'm telling you, this is heavy. Because it goes against everything that I was taught. It goes against everything I was taught. And where did I get it from? My mother, who was taught the same thing. And she got it from her mother, father, who was taught the same thing. And no one challenges it. No one goes to Google and Googles and puts in Council of Nicaea, Council of Chalderon. No one does their research. So, once again, if God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore, why would he set you up for failure? This is what the voice said to me. Why? Well, if that's the case, why don't snakes talk today? If he's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore, snakes should be coming up to me like, yo, dude, go eat that apple. We continue to believe fallacies without doing our own research. And the same way that I put this mastermind together and everybody is succeeding, everybody is seeing success on some level. Well, if you put a mastermind together in church and it's still a mastermind, and all you're talking about is how the devil is coming to kill, steal, and destroy. And you're singing these songs. You're singing these songs of amazing grace. Like, oh my God, like a wretch like me. You're not a wretch. You're not separated from the from the will of God. You're not separated from the love of God. You're not born into sin and iniquity. You're not a byproduct of what this mythical story, this allegorical story is telling you about a man and woman who was there from the beginning of the time, 6,500 years ago? Well, when you do your research, you'll understand that there were already pyramids there that were from 10 million years ago, 1 million years ago. Well, if those pyramids were there 1 million years ago in this book, which has been changed around and it's been altered and it's been plagiarized, how can those pyramids be there? Who built them? If the beginning of time was 6,500 years ago, and it was null and void, it was dark and it was void, how do you explain the pyramids that have been in Egypt? Somebody had to build them. Guys, think. I want you to think. You've been sold a lie in the name of a God. And you don't believe that you're a God. Because in that book that was made to keep you captive as a slave, it says don't worship any other gods. Well, the simple fact that it says don't worship any other gods mean that there are other gods. Where are they? Well, I'm going to tell you where they are. Because I'm not just talking talk. We can back it with your Bible. Let's go to Psalms 82. See, I don't want no one to say, well, that's him. He's saying that. That's not in the Bible. Well, anybody that says that has never taken the time to read the Bible. Because me, the guy that's talking this talk, I've read the Bible. Part of going through my child abuse, I was beat because I couldn't memorize the whole Bible at one time. I was beaten. I was whipped like my name was Toby. with an extension cord with no clothes on. So I do know this because it's still ingrained inside of me. But if I didn't go through these things, I wouldn't be the man that I am today to sit here and talk to you with confidence about what you're being lied to about. So let's read it. Psalms 82. We'll start at the top because some people will say, well, you started at this verse and you got to go back. Okay, let's read the whole thing. It said, God stands, and once again, you got to understand, I'm reading this one. It's the Gideon book, but your version, King James, NIV, will be a little bit different, right? God stands in the congregation of the mighty. He judges among the gods. He judges among the gods. Well, what do gods mean? Who was a god? Do you know that Moses was a god? Because Moses went to Pharaoh, if that's the story that you believe. Moses went to Pharaoh as a representative of God, which means that he's God, which means that he's a co-creator, which means that he's joint heirs. How long will you judge the unjustly and show particularly to the wicked? Defend the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and needy, deliver the poor and needy, free them from the hand of the wicked. Well, who's the wicked? We'll leave that up to you. They do not know. They do not know. Nor do they understand. They walk around in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are unstable. I said, in this version it says, I said, you are gods. Somebody's going to say, well, that's a small g. Listen, I already know. Come on, I studied this. So I would welcome any pastor, any bishop to a discussion live on Facebook. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Live on YouTube. Live in the Coliseum. Because I've actually taken the time since I was 5 years old. All I did was read this in and out. All I did was go to different churches and hear other people scramble it, confuse you for their gain. Not every pastor, not everybody. I'm not going to say not everybody. But once again, I said, and who's talking in the Old Testament? Who is this? Remember, this is God inspired by man. So who's talking? I said, you are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men and fall like one of the princesses. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for you shall inherit all nations. That's not the only place it says that either. It's not the only place. But we won't believe that. Or people will say I'm crazy. Or people will say I'm the devil because I did the same thing that Jesus did. I did the same thing that Jesus did and said that I'm the Son of God. I believe in my power. I know I got power. You see, but if people can keep you believing that you don't have power, if they can keep you believing that you are some servant, I just want to serve the Lord. I just want to bow down humbly. I don't even belong there. Can you see how that is indicative of success? You don't even belong there? You're just a servant of the Lord? One of my mentors in understanding and self-discovery about myself, spirituality, religion, is Dr. Miles Monroe. If you don't know who Dr. Miles Monroe is, Google him. See, there's a difference between kingdom citizenship and being a servant of the Lord. Keep being a servant of the Lord means that I don't even deserve to step up to the table of royalty. How many servants do you know that sit down at the table with the king and his family? Somebody ain't gonna like this. I'm talking real talk. How many servants of the Lord, how many wretches like me do you know that sits down at the table of royalty with their family? How many do you know, if you take the prodigal son who went out and messed up and blew all of his money and was ashamed to come back, but when he came back, what did the father do in that story? He shut up, hugged him, Come back. Get his rings. Get him fitted. Get the fattest pig. Get his robe, because this is where he belongs, no matter how many times he's messed up. Guys, I'm sharing truth. I'm sharing wisdom. The reason why you're not achieving the success is because there's a battle going on within you. There's a battle, and it stems from it's your self-confidence, which comes from your spirituality with God. But you have a middleman or a middlewoman in between telling you that you got to go the way that she's telling you, and you got to put money in her storehouse or her plate and not this storehouse and invest in yourself. And now there's the struggle. Now you're being confused because the voice is talking to you and it's telling you one thing, but you're seeing everybody else go over there. So you think that's what you need to do, trying to stand in, trying to fit in when you're meant to stand out. Ask you, I just want to, like, how many of you have a major dream? My company's Pieces of a Dream, right? This is God inspired for me. This is not brand new. I didn't pick this up off the ground. It's attracting the people that it needs to attract. Now I can show you how to get your money right through real estate. I can show you how to get your money right through business, so that you can get the confidence and the time to be able to focus 100% on your spirituality, on your family, on what your assignment is. And it's amazing that people will try to refute what I'm saying, but no one has ever refuted it to my face, because they know this dude is a strong brother who's confident and he knows the word. He does know the word because his mother used to beat him every single day, and he had to learn the chapters of the Bible. He had to memorize them in the name of Jesus. Getting beat, getting tortured in the name of Jesus. So my question now is, like, have you ever, like, just reflected on your life? Like, how many of you know that, like, if you had your life to live all over again, do you think that you could have done more with your life? Would you do more with your life? Well, I'm here to tell you that you don't have to live your life all over again. I'm here to tell you that you can change it just like that. At least you can plant the seed just like that. Because remember when we were talking about the seed earlier, that you can have the right seed, you can have the right ground, but if it's not in season, if you're trying to plant your crop in good seed and good ground, but it's the wrong season, you're not going to get a harvest. But you have people from different institutions that are telling you, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, this is right. Yeah, do it right now. Just do this. Just give me your money. Yeah, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. Now you're messing with your mind. You're becoming a double-minded man or woman, unstable in all of his or her ways. And you're trying to figure out, like, God, like, this Christianity thing is not working out. Every month I'm still, more month than money, or, my lights are getting cut off, or the foreclosure's going on. Well, let me go to the church, to the place that is instilling all of this stuff inside of me, and let me ask them for a loan. And then they come to you with a stack of forms and triplicates. Could you fill these out? Or we got to have a board meeting, or we just can't do it. So you have to understand, you have to learn how to do the things that are serving you. You have to get out of the habits of these rituals and things like that. And that's what I did. Once again, that's what I did. All I can do is show you, I can tell you the truth, what's worked for me, what's taken me from welfare to well-paid, and then show you the things that I've done. Show you the omens that have been around me for the people that God have sent, the universe has sent into my life. And how I knew it instantly that it was from God. I didn't have to go back and pray about it and pray about it and pray about it and wait. See, because that farmer didn't wait. See, that farmer, okay, here we go. The farmer went out and did what he had to do. He got the seed, he got the crop, he got the hoe, he got the oxen. He did everything that he needed. He tilled the land. He did everything that he needed to do. But he knew not to plant those seeds in the wintertime. Because that's not when you plant seeds. That's not, see, you got to be a wisdom. You got to have wisdom. You got to be a master. This is what masters of the field, leaders of the field understand. They get the right wisdom so they can know when to plant the seed in the ground. Because you can have the right seed, you can have the right land, you can have everything. But if it's not the right season, if it's not your season, then it's not going to happen. Does this make sense? It's not going to happen for you. We got to start thinking. You got to open up your mind. You got to stop listening to what anybody tells you. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody's a pastor or bishop doesn't mean that they know everything for your life. They're trying to figure it out themselves. But we think that because a person is an expert in one area, that he's an expert in all areas. So now you come in with your family problems and your problems with your wife, and you're telling someone else your business. And one of the things about the universal laws is that you don't talk to other people about your problems, because they can take it and they can twist it around for their benefit. And before you know it, someone's teaching a sermon and it's about the things that you told them, but they're just blasting. See, it's so many games going on here. That's why you have to yourself know who you are so that you can know who God is inside of you. And once again, when I was focused in on this devil, man, I tell you, no prosperity, no abundance, not feeling good about myself, not loving myself, because I was giving all of the energy to the negative side of life, to the negative part of the atom. And if you continue to do that, which, see, hearing this now, at least you've heard it, and you can't take that back out, because once the mind is expanded, it never goes back to its original side. But if you want to still hold on to the things that are not serving you, you will continue to get the results that you're getting. Nothing's going to change because you're shouting. Nothing's going to change because you're doing a backflip when the drums go on. Nothing's going to change until your mind changes. See, that's the renewing of the mind, right? When you look back, at least when I look back on my life, like I reflect over things, like I know, like if I had a chance to do it all over again, I'd do this. And I used to think that, so I would think that I'm behind the 8 ball in life. But once I started understanding the personal development, once I started understanding the laws of the universe, I understood that it was never too late, that I could always start right now. Look, guys, you can't be the person who dies at 25 and gets buried at 65. And why are you dying? Fear. You're being sold fear. This devil is coming to kill, steal, and destroy. More fear. You watch somebody else fail and you say, because they can't do it, you can't do it. You listen to the pressures of your wife or your girlfriend or someone telling you, don't do it, like they used to tell me. Why don't you just keep your job? Why don't you stop doing this? Why? You got to be a strong man with your own mind, a strong woman with your own mind. You got to be an independent thinker, right? Listen, to me, this whole thing just proved a point that, we can do and we can accomplish anything that we want to do in life, anything that's necessary, anything that's possible. If it's possible, that means you can do it. If you can think it, that means you can do it. When the thought enters your mind, that's the confirmation that the universe has delivered you an assignment and you can do it. You can do it. That's a part of your dream. So you can't share that dream with somebody else who doesn't understand it. Some third party, some middleman that's going to tell you that the only way this dream can be possible, the only way that this God is going to bless you is by putting the money in their plate, which is not true at all. With that being said, what do you think is the reason, for you not just really accomplishing your goals in life, not accomplishing your dreams? And write it down. Ask yourself, why am I not accomplishing things? Is it because I'm focusing on this devil, which probably won't even enter your mind, because all you're doing is doing what you've been taught? See, no one's ever stepped in and said, brother, sister, if you keep focusing on this negativity, the laws of the universe tell us that tells me that every single day in the morning, the tide is going to come in. Every single day at night, maybe 5 p.m., the tide is going to go out. The laws of the universe tells me that if I jump off of this building, gravity is going to pull me down, whether you believe it or not. It tells me that this person that keeps talking about a devil, the devil is behind me. Get thee behind me, Satan. The devil is a liar. The devil is messing with me. The devil is attacking me. I'm touching and agreeing with 200 people. Most people who are like this, even if you're like in a small church, I'm touching and agreeing. I'm giving power to your God now, which is the devil, right? That's your God now. Even though you're saying the things, this is the part you got to catch. The things that you focus on, even the things you don't want in your life, the devil, the evil, the bad. And I'm not saying that there's no bad. I'm not saying that there's no whatever. I'm saying that we live in a world of duality, so you can't have one without the other. I'm saying that you got to focus on the real or focus on the positive of anything. And I'm saying that the other stuff has to become an illusion in your mind, because this is where the devil is. It's the enemy within. It's the enemy within. It's the fear that you're being sold that does strip you. Comes to kill, steal, and destroy your dreams, your peace, your prosperity, your love. And it's because you're afraid to make mistakes. You don't understand that the only way you can become successful is by failing over and over and over. But it's a conception. It's a preconception of what failure really is, because there's no such thing as failure unless you quit. Whenever you have this preconceived notion of what failure is, to me, it's an illusion. To me, it means that's just the way not to do it. And if I fail 10 times, well, I learned 10 ways not to do it. If I fail 100 times, I learned 100 ways not to do it. But it's not the devil. It's the enemy within. It's you subscribing to fear. And as long as you subscribe to fear, you're going to continue to get the results that fear brings back. Lack of prosperity, lack of trust in yourself, lack of the money that you're looking for, lack of the woman or the man that you want of your life, lack of that business, lack of that dream that's been instilled inside of you. Somebody's got to catch this. Somebody's got to catch this. So when you ask yourself, what is the reason that I'm not failing? What is the reason that I'm failing? What is the reason that my life is not going the way that I want? What is the reason that I can't attain my goals? Is it fear of failure? Is it a devil, or is it fear of failure? Because if there's no devil within, no outside devil, no perceived devil, no illusion can do anything. Doesn't stand a chance. It's the devil within. It's the devil within. It's you. It's your fears. It's your self-imposed limitations. Please share this with your friends. Please, guys, seriously. It's the self-imposed limitations. Is it other people's opinions of you? Is it the fear of the devil? You see, subconsciously, you're subscribed to all of this. You are subscribed to all of this, and this is what religion has done to you. It's made you afraid to make a choice. It's made you become so docile that you can't even remember the things that you love and you wanted to do between the ages of 7 and 15. It controls you. This fear of this enemy controls you, and it keeps bringing back more of what you're focusing on, because it's going to expand, and that's a part of the universal law. So you're throwing out a boomerang of fear 100-fold, and you're bringing it back 100-fold, and you're touching and agreeing with people, and you're agreeing with your pastor saying amen, which means I'm 100% in compliance and understanding and belief of what you just said. It tells you, this fear tells you that you can't even take advantage of opportunities. It tells us that we're not smart enough. Because all of this is because we're caught up in all of these man-made rituals. God is not the author of confusion. Neither am I. Religion is. But you're going to hold on to this belief pattern because it's all that you know, and you're not going to let it go. And so, and even though I come to tell you, I come in peace, I come in love. I don't want to transform you or anything. I just want to show my life and live it out so loud that you can look at me and say, well, what did he do in his life? Because success leaves clues. You see, many people are actually, they just walk on by, flat out just miss the omens that are all around us. You probably wouldn't pay attention to this, not understanding that it's God's blessings, because you're so focused on this afterlife. You're being sold on. You're putting heaven on layaway when the Bible and Jesus clearly told you that the heaven is within. But you keep thinking and subscribing and paying to go to a place that's within. Hark! The kingdom of heaven is within. His very own disciples, well, where is this heaven? Where are you going? He said, nah, guys, come on. You got this all wrong. You got it wrong. I'm here to tell you that because you're so focused on this afterlife, that it's virtually impossible to live your dream life and to have your heaven right here on earth. It's hard for you because you keep summoning in the negative energy, the negative vibes. You're focused on this devil. You're touching and agreeing. You're jumping around. Yes, Pastor, amen. Yeah, and he's saying the devil. But that's just what he's been taught. I'm not saying that he's a bad guy. I'm not saying that he's wrong. I'm saying that that's what he's been taught. When somebody has to come, somebody has to be that man in the wilderness that just comes around, a wild man, like that John the Baptist story. Why do I speak the way that I do? And I scare a lot of people, and people are intimidated because they sense something inside of me, right? That's because I listen to the voice of God that leads me like a GPS system. It really, truly leads me, and it has never, ever steered me wrong. And when you're following something that has never steered you wrong, and you recognize the voice, the same voice that's been inside of me since a 5-year-old. But I know that these messages and these talks that I share will be met by disdain from people who want to hold on to an ideology or fallacies or allegories that don't serve them. But you want to hold on to it because that's all you have. That's what's been given to you. And it's generation after generation after generation. And I get it. I get it because I was there too. So I don't condemn you like you condemn me. I actually come from the spirit of harmony, the spirit of abundance and love. And I care so much, and God cares so much about you that he's sent me to you to share this word. But just like the children of Israel who went on a 40-year journey around and around, if that's the story you believe, right? That was only an 8-day journey, right? It's just how it is. It's just how it is. But I'm built for this. I'm Jones tough. I'm built for this. And there's people out here that are built for this also, that they know when they hear this word, they can stand up and rise up because they know that this is the real deal, right? And I believe that that's why God blessed me on the real estate side so that I can build my own communities and build my own institutions for the truth that I've discovered, right? So, I tell you, this is deep, man. This heavy, y'all. This is heavy trying to create this. There has to be a paradigm shift. There really has to be a paradigm shift. So, my message will be met by disdain from, followers of different religious organizations, and maybe you'll be talking about me in church next Sunday or whatever, talking about the guy's crazy or that's the devil, but there's a voice inside of you that recognizes truth. So I don't care what somebody else tells you. And unless you're just straight up a sheep or straight up cattle, then you'll just go wherever it takes you, right off the edge of the mountain. And that's your fate. And that's okay too, because we all have the same opportunity. We all have. So check this out. For the followers of any religion, like I just ask you this question, is it possible that by meditation and a quest for truth, that I have some knowledge and wisdom that you haven't received yet? Is it possible? Is it possible that I dedicate so many hours of the day to research, to reading the Bible and other books also? Is it possible that my meditation, which is one-on-one with God, no middleman, is it possible that he may have revealed something because I knocked on the door, because I asked and I received, because I seek and I find? Is it possible? To me, like the easiest way out of this is the conversation with people who haven't taken the time to do the things that I've done is to say that that's the devil. That's so childish to me. That's so foolish to me. I'm not a child. You saying I'm the devil doesn't make me the devil. I know who I am in God. You see, when somebody knows who they are, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm fully dressed in the armor of God. So those little nabs and little jabs that you guys think doesn't mean nothing to me. I don't even feel it. I don't recognize it. It's like a little fly. Tap it off. Right? So, of course it is. The answer is of course. The answer is yes, it is possible. Yes, it's true that, you have got to share some wisdom. Let's talk about the truth about this devil. What is a devil? And anyone can chime in on this today at this time when people won't chime in, or maybe you're in church, maybe you're out enjoying the nice weather in your area. That's okay. But this will circulate everywhere. Trust me. Chime in. Tell me what you think. Let's have intelligent dialogue. All right? Tell me what you think. So with that being said, I'd like for you to know, what is the devil? What is it? What does it look like? Is it the picture? Is it the painting that I saw of this beastly looking thing with horns, a tail? You really think that's a pitchfork? Is that who the devil is? Why does this boogeyman bother you? Why does this boogeyman take up so much of your time? Why does it take up so much of your pastor's time? Why does it take up so much of your church's time? Well, if you're living life to the fullest potential, if you're focused on truly what your assignment is, you really don't have time for that. When you understand the universal laws, you don't have time for that. You don't have time for a devil just as much as you don't have time to talk about other people. You don't have time to gossip about other people because you're so focused in. You're so focused in. Like you could be taking that same energy and add a massive value to your community. Like, have you ever thought about that? Instead of trying to knock down a person who you don't understand what his calling is. But it clearly shows in his life because he has the truth and the proof. He has them all. I'm going to repeat this several times. You'll hear me say this. If there's no devil within, there's no enemy within. The enemy on the outside can do you no harm. To me, it's an illusion. To you, it could be real. And if that's what you're focusing on, if that's fear right there. That's fear that's being sold. You're saying, I'm subscribing to fear. I'm subscribing to doom and gloom. I'm subscribing to this lugubrious lifestyle. I'm subscribing. And I don't even fully believe that God is 1000% pure love, because if I did, I'd know that pure love can never destroy itself. Never. Impossible. True 100% unadulterated love cannot anger. It can't. It's impossible. So who's telling you that it angers? Aha. Huh. So God has revealed to me that the concept of this devil was contrived by the church. The concept of it, God revealed to me through my meditation that the concept of the devil, the fear, the killing your dreams, was contrived by the church. Council of Nicaea, check it out. Council of Chalderon, check it out. I'm not saying blind faith. I'm saying check it out. I'm saying research. That's all. And can you get mad at somebody that's just given you proof and said, go research it because it's anywhere in Google? The same way you'll get on Google and say, what's the closest gas station? What's the closest shoe store? Where's the closest club? Where's the closest pancake house? Get on there and say, what's the Council of Nicaea? And then read and research for yourself. Right? It's out there, guys. It's really out there. So what happens when, why would the church do that? Well, this allows this institution to make sure that you don't get out of order. You stay in line, and they can continue to sell on layaway heaven
to you because you don't know the truth because you won't read the Bible. Right? And let me just see something else. Let's go back to this. Let's go back over here because some of you guys will say, well, you could be making this up. And I say to you, no, I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. Okay, I gotta find it, right? I'm not the great theologian, even though. Here we go. So, let's see here. 7. What I'd like for you to do, turn your Bible if you have it, to the book of Exodus. Chapter 1. This is for the religious people that would try to combat what I'm saying with the Bible. So what I do is I go right back to the Bible to show you, to confirm what I'm saying. See, I'm not going to say one little thing and try to get you on an emotional roller coaster ride so you can feel good and give me more money. I'm going to just talk from your book. This is what you understand. Now, whoever you believe wrote the Bible, if you believe it's God inspired, that's cool. You don't believe it's plagiarized? You don't know the real story of Horus that was there about 2,500 years before this? That's true. That's cool too. So the Lord said to Moses, see, I have made you as a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron, your brother, shall be your prophet. You shall speak all you shall speak all that I command you. And Aaron, your brother, shall tell Pharaoh to send the children of Israel out of the land of Israel. Once again, he just told Abraham that he was God. Now, what somebody might say that knows a little bit more than the average follower is, well, he was a representative of God. Well, if the Bible says, you can't keep contradicting yourself now. Because if the Bible says that you're heirs and joint heirs, that means you're on the same playing field. So the Bible says that you're heirs and joint heirs with Christ, and Christ is one with God. What does that make you? Come on, we got to think, man. We got to really start to think. We got to really start to think. Once again, this is a 7-part series, all right? 7-part series, okay? These messages that come through my meditation, like this is how I identified and confronted like the greatest obstacles in my life, right? And I found out that those obstacles were fear, procrastination, anger, jealousy. And when we had, the whole devil concept allows you to fall back inside of that because you're fearful of the boogeyman. You're fearful to take chances. You're fearful that someone won't do what they say. They might cheat you out your money. They might rob you. Whatever the case may be. It's fear. 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 And all of these are the vices that stood in my way when I stayed broke. But it went against everything that I know about success now, abundance, prosperity, and the laws of success. And these things are well documented. But most people won't do the research. So you wonder why somebody can go from straight poverty, like super poor, to living the life of their dreams, to helping back, to giving back to the marketplace, to creating money on demand, to having health, to having wealth, to having everything that it is that they want, that they desire. We don't get it. We don't get it. So basically, with these laws of success that are well documented, I want you to just think about, okay, what are the things that are really holding me back? Like, why haven't I went out and did these things that God is depending on me to do? You see, you have to understand that God is dependent upon you to carry out your assignment. And no one else on this world, ever in the history of this world, will ever be able to do it. So these angels that we talk about, these angels are these gifts that are around you, and these people are here to help you and remind you, and they're waiting on you. You see, back to that farmer, when you talk about waiting on God, and so many people, I'm waiting on God. Well, you still have to do work. You have to plant the seed. You have to till the ground. You have to water it. And now, as you're doing these things, you're taking action, because faith without works is dead. As you're doing these things that a farmer must do, as you're doing these things that a child of God must do, as you're doing these things that anybody on this planet must do, as you're doing these things and you're making sure that the ground is tilled, and you're making sure that the temperature is right, and you're making sure that you're in the right season, after you've done that work, now you wait. Now you wait on nature. Now you wait on God to kick in, because you've already planted the seed. Does this make sense? You've already planted the seed for your life. You have full control over your life. You have the power of thought. You have the power of creation. You can create. Only you can do it. But what happens is you start praying to a God that you believe is outside of you. When he's inside of you, and when you truly get it, you know that this all-encompassing power has already given you, so you don't have to wait. You wait after you've done the work, and you let him expand it. You let him increase it. You're waiting on the increase. You're not waiting to get started. Because if you plant one corn seed, one tomato seed, when it comes, that's the increase. You're waiting on the increase. That one seed is going to turn into a whole kernel of corn. If it's the carrots that you're planting, it's going to turn into a whole stalk of carrots. That's what you wait on. You wait for God to do what he has to do, the process, the increase, because there's things that we can't control. And if you're waiting on the weather to be right, if you're waiting on the time to be right, if you're waiting on your money to be right, you are going to miss out. If you're waiting to know it all, you're going to miss out on every single opportunity in life in the name of Jesus. So this is a double-edged sword right here. This is a double-edged sword that is killing you. Some of you won't. I told you from the beginning, some of you won't like this. No fluff. No magic beans, no smoke screens. So with that being said, I want you to start taking your life seriously. I want you to start tapping into your greatness. I want you to start writing your goals down. Habakkuk 2:2, write it down and make it plain, right? So when somebody like me comes that we can pick up and we can see the vision, we won't tarry with it. Come on now. Come on. Come on, this is basic stuff here. We got to catch this. We have got to catch this. Has there ever been a time in your life, I know it has in mine, there's been a time in my life where I've been my own worst enemy. You see, it's not this devil, and that brings me to this point. When you're focusing all of your energy on a devil doing something wrong to you, a devil stealing your dreams, steal, kill, destroy, blah, blah, blah. When you're blaming this on a devil, you're looking for an escape, you won't take responsibility, and now you are being played the victim, and the only thing that a victim can do is drift through life without a roadmap, without a GPS. Drifting through life. Now you start to get exposed to the elements of the weather. You start to get exposed to the element of the ocean. You get exposed to whatever can happen because you won't take control of your life. You're looking for someone to save you, and you think someone's going to kill you in a hot furnace. You're lost. I was lost. I believe in God. I believe in a universe, universal power. I believe in a higher, most high. I do. I don't subscribe to organized religion anymore. And that's not to say that the people who do that something's wrong with you. It's just to say that there's you haven't got to that level yet. But when you get to that level, like the church would go out of business, I guess. And I mean, I don't think that a church should go out of business, and it is a business. You can say what you want. Church is a business. It's registered with the Secretary of State, just like my business is. It just happens to be a nonprofit business. So they're in the business of making money. Don't care what nobody else tells you. They can tell you about this good word of God. I'm telling you the truth. A business, the main purpose of a business is for profit. If it wasn't about that, if it was just about this word of God, you wouldn't register it as a business. But there are perks to having a business. I know that. But I just want people to know the real. All right? I want people to know that they can tap in and find out what your books are, what you're doing with the money, because you have a nonprofit up there. That nonprofit is owned by the community, and most people don't know that. Man, I just want you guys to understand that fear, it used to control me. Yep, used to control me. And it can be used to control, or it can be used to motivate people. It's just a matter of how that person chooses to use it who's running that mastermind. Right? Or it can kill your dreams. And it can cause you to become subservient. It can cause you to think that you are a servant to this high God that you have to worship. My thought process, and if that's your thought process, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying pay attention to, just listen to what I'm saying. I believe that I am an heir and joint heir with Christ. I do believe that I am a co-creator of this universe. I believe that I sit down at the table of royalty. And I don't believe that a servant sits down at the table of royalty. This was explained to me by my mentor, Dr. Miles Monroe. And when I heard it, I heard that, felt the truth. My spirit knew that it was real. My spirit knew that I was doing it wrong. My spirit knew that this was the missing link that was stopping me from getting to the place that I needed to be. And I just want to share this stuff. I want to share it because people are lost. So I had to stop. I had to get out of my own way. I had to get rid of that victim mentality because the universe does not respect the victim. It's my thoughts. My thoughts. It's so easy to blame your failures on a devil. So easy. Now you're the victim again. You got to understand, when you're a victim, you've lost all sense of responsibility and control. You cannot help yourself, and no one else can help a victim. You have to take control. You have to take charge of your life. You have been given everything that you need. So do you blame like your failures on this devil? Maybe you didn't take the time to become a master of the field. Maybe you didn't understand that you have to fail your way to success. Maybe you didn't understand that it's not really a failure unless you quit. And I've had plenty of people come around me. I've had a lot of people come around me, girlfriends, wives, that quit and blame it on a devil. But I just keep churning. And I'm that little engine that could, and I think I can, and I think I can. Then I got from thinking I can to, you know what? I know I can. I walk this earth in dominion. I know I can. I know who I am in this universe. So when you're doing that and you're allowing this devil to control your life, that's going to bring back more of the negative, 3 times, 10 times, 100 times more, you start to understand that you're setting these self-imposed limitations in your own mind. You thinking that the devil is stopping you is really the enemy within you. The enemy within you that you don't believe, and you're stopping yourself. And somebody needs to tell you this. Why do we struggle and why do we blame this devil? It's really, really easy, folks, because we're victims. We play the role of a victim. We look for a savior outside of ourselves to come and save us. When in all reality, we have to save ourselves. You know, and this is what I believe. If life is not giving you what you want, like, we got to step back and we got to say there's something that we're missing. There's some revelation. There's some omen that I'm not seeing. These mistakes are designed to happen. It's not a devil. This letdown is designed to happen. Losing this job is designed to happen because this universe is 100% fully reliant. Gives us exactly what we need. There's no mistakes in God. No mistakes in God. How could it be? How could it be a mistake, guys? Seriously. Listen. When you know who you are, when you tap into yourself, you'll understand that this devil is really controlling 98% of this world, and this devil really even controls the church also, because the church is perpetuating this myth. The church is perpetuating this lie. And I'm not saying that they're doing it on purpose. I'm saying that maybe they just learned this like that, right? But it's causing you to live a life unfulfilled. One of the things that I believe, it's not just talking about a problem. It's not about placing blame anywhere. It's really about awareness. And it's about helping other people, pulling them up. Pulling them up. And that's really what this is all about. Like I said, I don't want to convince you of anything. I'm not telling you to jump sides. If what you're doing is serving you, continue to do it. I found through my personal walk with God that those very things that I was doing, structured and organized by religion, was the total opposite of what God had for me. And what he has for me, it is for me. And I just know better to get around a bunch of people who are focusing on the negative of life, who's focusing on the negative energy of life, because this is all about energy. You got to understand it's all about energy. And it's a law that you're following. It's the law of focus. Excuse me. And you're choosing to continue to focus on a devil. And what that does is it continuously allows more negative energy to come into your life. Even though you're saying in the name of Jesus, even though you're saying in the name of Allah, in the name of Buddha, in the name of Mother of Mary, even though you're saying that, the thought that you're putting out is the predominant one, because that predominant one is based off of fear. Fear of going to a hell. Fear of not being right. Fear of God being angry at you. And love, once again, how can 100% love anger? It's impossible. If you really think about it, you really understand what 100% pure love is, and if it's impossible, why would someone who's all-encompassing, 1,000% love, why would it set you up for failure and send its own part of itself? Why would I send me to a place called hell? Why would I send why would I send my son, even no matter how many mistakes, and I don't have the love, maybe I don't, maybe I do. Yeah, we all have the love, I'm sorry. Why would I send my son? Why would I put him in an oven? Why would I turn it on 400? Because he made a mistake? My son, and this is like a human love, us in human bodies, but we're spiritual beings inside of a human being, so I don't care how many times my son messes up. I'm not going to send him, I'm not going to put him in an oven. I'm not going to do that. How would 100% love do that? How? It's impossible, guys. When you really start to do your due diligence, and you see one thing always leads to another. And when you start your journey, and just start at the Council of Nicaea, and then you'll see as you continue to go along, more and more things will be revealed to you. Ask God for truth, ask God for wisdom, and more things will be revealed to you. And I'm telling you, it's going to be scary. I'm telling you, it's going to make you sick because of the things that we have subscribed to for years and years and years. Centuries and centuries, thousands and thousands of years. So, with that being said, I want to just leave you with this. This devil that you guys focus on, and don't say you don't focus on him, because every time you call his name to me and what God has revealed to me, that's your God. You're saying your majesty. I'm not here to say what exists and what doesn't exist. I'm here to say that I have full control of my mind, just like you have full control of your mind, to say, you know what? This is an illusion to me. I'm not going to feed into this anymore. I'm sick and tired of things not working out. I'm sick and tired of things coming back, bad things coming back in 3s or 10s, or because you're putting out the negative energy. And if you understand the laws of the universe, it's got to come back. So even though you're saying, this is not what I want, forget that. Get thee behind me, Satan. You're putting energy into it. And because you put that energy into it, that negative energy must come back. So I'm here to tell you today to let go of the nonsense and foolishness. I'm here to tell you today that if you focus on the positive, if you learn the universal laws of success, that you will live an abundant life that's full of love. And it doesn't matter if you're First Baptist, Third Baptist, Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist, Muslim. It doesn't matter. Because God never created those things. Man created them. God is only love. God is abundance and prosperity. And he loves you so much that he sent me to you. Wherever you see this, you can reach me on Facebook. Put in Cecil Jones. Facebook.com, Cecil Jones. Go on YouTube. Cecil Jones TV. But all I want is for our people, not this section of people or this section of people, but I want our people to get this figured out. I want our people to take control of their minds. I want our people to recognize their calling and their purpose and their assignment. And I'd love to be a conduit to helping you get there. If you have any questions, you'd like to reach out to me, you can call me, 313-406-4284. That is a business line. It's only between 9 and 5. And I do answer my own phone. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this message right now. Hopefully you've gotten many nuggets out of it. You've really heard truth. And if you have, leave me a comment. If you don't agree with me, leave me a comment. We can open up dialogue and have intelligent conversation. But all I can do is tell you that this has worked for me, and it's worked for people in my group, my neighbors, the people that I live. I've been able to elevate myself from housing projects to living in gated communities, to driving nice cars, to having the best credit cards, to being able to eat the best food, take the best vacations, to give back the way that I want to give back, to work inside of communities, and to be able to be an inspiration to other people. Young now, we're going to put together a division where we're working with people 30 years old and below. You know, we're working with people 30 years old and below. And what I want to say is this also, like, I welcome any pastor, any bishop, any church to find out more about what it is that we're doing at Pieces of a Dream, and to add value, because see, I'm just one piece to the puzzle. You're another piece to the puzzle. And when we come together, we can shape this world in a way that we want, and we can spread love, not evil, not negativity, not the negative side of energy. So I welcome that. I look forward to coming out, bringing my team and doing presentations in your organization, showing you the proof, telling you the truth and showing you the proof, showing you how to flip your life, showing you how to think like a bank, showing you how to become the lender and not the borrower. And at the end of the day, when that job is done, I know that I'll be a blessing to you, that I have been a blessing to you, and that I have served you well by providing you with truth. So, as I always do at this part of the show, now it's time to say goodbye. I am thirsty. I am hungry. My stomach is growling. I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you that sees this anywhere on the internet. You see it in the magazines that I'm doing the advertising in, that leads you back to the website, or you're getting the